All right, going to start off with a gorgeous shot just kind of overlooking the Allegheny River here. I just tweeted this shot out. It's just kind of, just really kind of a gorgeous, kind of magical shot, just how that ice right on top of the Allegheny moving over to the Ohio River just continues to slowly move down the river. 5 degrees right now, partly cloudy conditions. The one thing it's not showing out there, it just looks cold, doesn't it? It's even colder than it actually looks out there. 5 in Pittsburgh, Butler 3, Franklin at 4, Latrobe 5 degrees. Also Morgantown, 7 degrees, partly cloudy skies there. You factor in the winds coming get out of the west, about 15 miles an hour. Feels like about 13 in Pittsburgh, 14 as it feels like, 14 below, I should say. As it feels like temperature in Butler, 13 below, by the way, in Pittsburgh. Latrobe also 13 below is what it feels like. I think we get to about 10 degrees today, 4 high. Obviously, really cold weather. Air mass is going to be in place today. Winds out of the west, there you go, right there, 10 to 20 miles an hour. They're about 15 miles an hour now. For those winds that we continue to see. We left it out of the forecast, but I want to say once again, isolated small chance for a passing snow shower. It's going to be there. You can see radar trying to pick up something. These are basically just some flurries out there. Not expecting anything that's going to stick or anything else like that. Now we are going to have the wind chill advisory in effect. Goes into effect in the overnight hours tonight, both in elevated areas, wind chill warning and wind chill advisory. In other areas, we're looking at wind chills possible between 10 to 25 degrees below zero. Frostbite, that's the big line right there, and as little as 30 minutes will be possible. And wind chills slowly are expected to warm over the course of Saturday. We'll start to see them warming up. So here's what we expect. You can see those temperatures. It feels like temperature will start at 2 o'clock and we'll go all the way through 2 o'clock. Basically, as we start to expire this tomorrow, actually it ends right at noon. So notice the temperatures right at 10 below, dipping in the morning hours down to about 15 below. And then we start to move back up. By noon, we're looking at 7 below for that feels like temperature. We'll continue to see things improving. And generally 5 degrees below is the criteria for a wind chill advisory. It does look like right at 3 o'clock or so, we should start to see our feels like temperature once again above that. Let's talk about your forecast. You can really see the short wave that's right on top of us at this point. Here it is, nice and smooth there. You can see that. 8 degrees in Chicago, Pittsburgh now at 5, right in the middle of that cold air, and even colder air just off to the north. Here's the good news. That cold air, Arctic air, finally starts to lift out. We'll start to warm up. Notice the time there. Sunday, 3 o'clock, we'll finally get the Arctic air out. We'll see temperatures actually going up all day long on Sunday. We'll go from about 1 to 30 degrees by the end of the day. We'll be milder next week. So here's your 7-day outlook. I think a lot of folks are going to like this, especially days 6 and 7. That's all the way on the right there. Temperatures will slightly be warming up as we're heading into Monday and Tuesday. But man, 40s possible by next Wednesday and a 50-degree day.
Wow.
We'll possible take that on Thursday as well.
Start to see some melting.
Yeah, we'll get a lot of melting. You know, a lot of folks have also asked, they said, what about any flooding? It looks like here locally, not too much of a concern, but maybe north of I-80, around the Erie area, different watershed. Yeah. That's where we could get some flooding. So
that's still remarkable on Sunday from 1 up to 30 at 29. I mean, that's big for this time of the year.
It is, and it's going to be warming all day long. You're going to have to be up real early to see that one.
Right.
That's a midnight temperature.
I'll just stay in bed, I think.
All right.
All right,
thanks,
Ron.
Bye.